The return of the dreadlock pharaoh. Superb, but that ain't no hero. See, at any given time I can flip on sight and reduce your price below zero. I started the fight like Nero. Pit pictures of real like metal.
Welcome to another episode of Krazys Cookbook. Today I am joined by a 6-hit rapper called Origin.
You saying for me good, yeah?
Still good, still good.
What are you cooking today?
Today I'm going to be doing a pineapple baked down jerk.
Ooh.
And I'm going to do that with mashed yams. Yeah? So yam. It's not a piece of wood. It's good, yeah? But this one's going to be wicked, you know?
Let's get into it.
Alright, and I'm going to be interviewing Origin in a bit, so come back for that. But yeah, stick around, this is going to be sick. Okay, first up, because it's going to be the thing that takes the longest to cook, is the chicken. Now I've cleaned this down, I put some vinegar in the water, and I've mixed it around and I left that for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes now. I'm going to drain that off. But this gets all of the preservatives and all that nastiness out of the chicken that they put in there to make it last longer from the supermarkets. But yeah, you don't want to be eating that, so make sure you clean the chicken all the time. And I'm gonna get some jerk marinade, and let's get a few of these in it. And I'm gonna cover it in jerk. Now we want to be quite light on the jerk, because it is spicy stuff and it will burn you up. So I'm gonna probably do a few spoonfuls, but I'm also gonna put some Scotch bonnet as well. And that will warm it up as well. Now, also, I'm going to put a dry rub on top of the wet rub as well, just to get the best of both worlds. But yeah, I'll be back in a second when I mixed all this in. Okay, I'll put the jerk marinade. I've added all-purpose seasoning on top of it as well, and I've left that to marinate for about half hour. I mean, if you want to do this like real properly, if this went on the cooking show, you might want to leave it overnight in the marinade so the chicken really embodies the flavour and takes it in. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're going to get this on now. I'm going to chop up pineapple. Yeah. Now the reason I'm using pineapple, and I'm using pineapple soda for the flavour. Yeah. I'm using this because the enzymes in this pineapple break down the meat and they make it super tender. But also I'm going to use this because it's got a high sugar, cane sugar content. So yeah, this is going to be fun. So I'm gonna literally chop off the top, chop off the bottom, cut down the sides. Really easy, no long to wash. You don't get enough wash nowadays. So, and then pop through there. I nearly went on the floor. Like that. Pow. So you've got some nice sized chunks, so it doesn't all turn to mush. And that can go in here. Okay, I'm going to get these spring onions, or scallions, I'm going to chop them up, get rid of the dusty looking tops, and I'm just going to chop them kind of coarse. Oh yeah, this is a new knife by the way as well. Next, a big ass onion, and relatively big chunks. Wow. Okay, ginger. You gotta have ginger in there. It's like the golden rule. With ginger, the ginger skin tastes like ginger, so just chop it up quite finely and get that in there. Don't worry about whether it's a big chunk or a little chunk. All ginger tastes like ginger. So that's about enough. Garlic. Okay, I'm gonna do some garlic as normal. Just smash it down with the knife. And that peels off the outside, saves you mucking around. I'm just gonna chop it kind of big, because as I said, that's gonna be good in the sauce for this. Okay, next I'm going to do some peppers. Okay, I'm just literally going to chop off the top and rip out his heart like some Mortal Kombat death move, you know what I mean? Put that away because you don't want the seeds in there. And yeah, literally chop that into quite big chunks. Get that in there. Same with this side. I'm going to do that with all of them. I'm also going to chuck some thyme, which is here as well. Throw a few sprigs of thyme on top. Keep it all together, don't worry about taking the leaves off because you can throw that away afterwards. And one. That's that, I'm back in a second.
Away on my cerebellum, I don't wanna talk to no one, but everyone keeps on belling. I got brothers in the front, they're talking like they're the vermins, while the brothers in the back are we patiently with the weapons. If we ever make a move, plan it whenever yes, and they get sticky round this, so be careful the way you stepping, unpredictable. Or maybe the rookie to cap the vegetable, you know what I'm saying? It's sort of
Next I'm gonna do some tomatoes, because I think this stocks out the sauce quite well. Some people might complain at the use of tomatoes, but I generally think it works really well. Just quarter them up, nothing too exciting.
Judo killed it and nobody knew like Cluedo, cause I'm in the stars with Mars, no Bruno. Chilling with Jupiter and Juno.
Okay, so first point, yeah, knives are sharp, be careful kids, yeah. Second, I'm going to do this sweet corn. Now, obviously I mopped up the blood, none of it went in the food. It was only a very small slice, and that was from cleaning something off of the blade. I guess where I've been using blunt ass knives, you know, I forgot how careful you got to be. You know, fog life, eh? So that's why I went there and cut myself. Now you see these, they appear a lot in our Hot 16 challenge, and Origin is going to be going in with that as well, so yeah. But I'm only going to put one of these in the dish because we already got the chili on the chicken as well, and that's Scotch bonnet, and you don't want too much Scotch bonnet because you will feel that on the way in and the way out. So yeah, this knife is actually really good. So yeah, chopped it like so, and I'm going to chop it down a little piece. So I want it so this hides so much in the dish you can't pull it out. Okay, I'm going to put some seasoning, just a bit of salt and pepper. And notice I've cleaned the chopping board thoroughly because you don't want to get Scotch bonnets on your hand and be rubbing your eye or your gal or something like that. It could cause all sorts of relationship problems, so be careful with that. Yeah, a bit of salt and pepper, add some extra flavour on it. I'm going to put some all-purpose seasoning on that as well. Yeah. It can be kind of coarse because that's going to cook down for long anyway. And a bit of all-purpose seasoning mixed into that. And then, and this is where we combine the chicken and all the veg, and I'm going to mix that all together now. So give me a second, I'll be back in a... Now, to make the flavour all mix in, instead of adding water or oil or anything like that, yeah, I've gone for some Old Jamaica pineapple soda. Yeah, I'm going to pour this in and all over, and that is going to be the base of the sauce, and it works really well. And as I say, because it's got the cane sugar, it helps caramelise it, and yeah, adds to the flavour. I've got a couple cans because of the amount of chicken I'm doing on here. Now I'm going to chuck a couple bay leaves on top because it would be Krazys Cookbook if I didn't. And these are good to go in the oven. Now this is going to need probably like an hour or so to cook down, and I'm going to keep on turning it and everything like that on about 200 degrees there. So that's going in now. Okay, so just so you know that the plaster hasn't actually come off in the food, I've taken it off here because it was like a razor cut. You could see it stopped bleeding already. I'm going to wash it down. Yeah, but yeah, it's not in the food, alright? Okay, so this strange looking thing that you might not be familiar with is actually a yam. They come imported, so they're not cheap, but they're a really good carbohydrate and they've got a really good flavour. Actually chop it up, just like you would a potato. And chop it into chunks, just so it's easier to cut. But literally chop off the sides because it's like real dirty, you know what I mean? I mean, some people clean it first, but I'm going to wash it all down. You know what I mean? It's all going to be clean. I don't want to know dirty food anyway. I'm going to chop that up into little chunks and then I'm going to boil it up.
When I need the money, I turn to the dope selling. Cause my biggest fear is ending up dying a broke felon. I got way too many problems away on my cerebellum. I don't wanna talk to no one, but everyone keeps on belling. I got brothers in the front, they're talking like they're the vermins, while the brothers in the back are we patiently with the weapons. If we ever make a move, plan it whenever yes, and they get sticky round this, so be careful the way you step and unpredictable. Or maybe the...
So I've chopped up the yam into quite small pieces, so I'm going to boil this down. But before I boil it, I'm going to get rid of some of the excess starch because it's a very starchy vegetable, and when you're chopping up, it gets mad slimy and slips everywhere. Now that some of that needs to come out. And plus I never clean the vegetables outside, on the outside, and there's bad dirt from that anyway, so it's just good to wash that off. But, yeah, if you look on here, see how creamy that's gone? That is from the scratch. Let's get that off.
Virus to their systems. I'm out here trying to make listings shine like a black diamond.
I boiled the kettle now. What I'm going to do is just pour that over the top and get it everywhere. I'm doing good at that. It's going all over the floor. Do not do that at home. Boiling hot water will burn you, as the name suggests. But I'm going to fling a bit of salt on top, not too much. And I'm going to leave that until it gets soft before I mash it down. Whilst I'm going to do that, I'm going to interview Origin. So as I said, I'm here with Origin, my brother. Done. Great rapper, absolutely incredible artist. He's done battle raps from back in the day on grime, on everything. Remember that Where's the Weapons event?
Yeah, that's the first time we met from.
That's an event I done with Chronicle, innit? Remember that?
Oh, Chronicle.
Yeah, it's just a name you probably won't hear much nowadays.
It's disappeared in the States.
But yeah, anyway, now signed to WORDLIFE. And I'm lucky enough to have them on boys. Incredible artist, man. Like you compare him to the greats, but as I say, he's his own person. He's got
been loved since day.
But we've always clicked and got on, you know what I mean? And it's only natural to come and make your other food, you know?
Yeah, bro. I've been watching fucking all these pictures, all these videos for time, and yeah, it's about time I get to yam the food, isn't it? So.
Yam some yam. So yeah. Yam. Now you said like I'd say obviously an African thing. You got African heritage. You was like living in America before, innit?
Yeah, I lived in Florida, so I lived in like Lakeland was the main place I lived. Yeah. But we lived in Tampa for a while, Orlando for a while.
Yeah.
And
been there on holiday. I've done all the spots for a little bit. Yeah.
It's nice on holiday. It's a bit different when you live there.
Yeah,
you start to see. Everyone forgets that Florida is the most southern state, isn't it? So everyone thinks obviously southern states are like the kind of Alabama, Tennessee, like the hillbilly kind of.
And they got all the gators coming out of the rivers and stuff like that, innit?
But I had them in my back garden and all the time. Like, not actually like, but like where I lived in the apartment complexes, they were literally, so like we had a big lake in the middle. And just alligators there.
Have you eaten alligator?
I have, you know. It tastes like popcorn chicken. It's boom, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, it's boom.
I actually quite like it. I've done crocodile and alligator. Yeah. I will do that on the show at some point, I promise. But I've
never had crocodile, but my best mate over there his dad used to take us to this catfish restaurant.
Catfish, okay. Yeah.
Catfish is bomb as well.
Yeah, catfish.
But first time he told me to eat alligator, I was just like, I'm not eating alligator. But they brought it out and it was just a basket of breaded balls, isn't it? Yeah. It just looked like popcorn chicken.
To eat anything in it. Balls in it. Get some hot sauce.
Yeah, banging, bro.
Put some hot sauce on it. It's good, isn't it? But right. So you said, but in America you got to eat it a lot more, innit?
Yeah. When I was over there, it's a lot in soul food. So like anything you have, mac and cheese. When you have the mud pies and all that. So mud pies is basically like a chocolate pie. It's not actually mud, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, it's all soul food comes with a yam on the side.
Okay.
Like all Thanksgiving meals had yam on the side. It was just a thing. But like I said, I never seen the product that you. So I never seen the tree stump thing that you had.
Yeah.
Like when I came in the house, it looked like that.
Yeah. Fair. It was already mixed up and cooked up and everything like that.
Yeah, but I ain't seen a yam since I've come back to England, basically.
But this is it, and you got to get them imported, and that's why they cost so much. Like the 2 yams we got come to about £10. A lot for them things this month, isn't it? So, but it's worth it for the taste, you know. It's that authentic flavor.
It's good.
Now, so that side music. Now you got this album.
Yeah, well, it's EP.
EP. Okay.
So it's like a 6-track EP, and I was gonna do it as an album.
People dropped a 6-track album.
Instead of you can pop out as an album, innit? But I didn't want to get cocky with it. So like,
if it's EP, it's EP, you know.
But it was gonna be I was gonna just drop 12 tracks, but instead of like just trying to overexpose, I just thought I'd split it down to do part 1 and part 2.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And
double the promo.
Obviously, through procrastination, self-doubt, listening to the tracks 1,000 times and be like, no, it's not good enough. Eventually, the product's there. As you know, tomorrow we just need to go into the studio, get that fucking last product done. And then it's just the artwork, the promo, and getting it out there.
Bro, I put some of the tracks. I can tell you they're killer, you know, it's fantastic.
Like I've always said I'm my own biggest critic, innit? So like,
this is when you say self-confidence, like to me, I
it's not even about self-confidence. It's
mad, you know,
it's perfectionist. I know it's hard, but I want to make it perfect.
Yeah.
And listening to it 1,000 times, you always hear that one thing where you're like, I can get that better,
Yeah.
get that better, get that better.
Yeah.
But eventually you have to say,
We need to stop being our own West critics to a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fully,
when's the picture done?
Like man's confidence, like, ain't nothing about doubting my talent at all. Not even.
But we got that pro sound and look, tomorrow it's got to be put down.
Yeah,
you know, it's on. You've got your announcer. Let's get it. But when are we looking to get this out there? What's the aim for it?
Well, I'm thinking, like, instead of thinking, oh yeah, we'll get it done tomorrow and release it next week. There's no point in doing it. I'm thinking. My birthday's in February, so I'm thinking around then. That's a good time. That's a good time. And then
for the gallery in February.
see if we can get a launch party for Feb.
Let's get that.
I mean,
let's get popping. All right, yeah, flip it. Well, that sounds good to me. But yeah, so we're gonna come back and we're gonna have you on the later part to try the food when it's all put down and done.
I can't wait.
I mean, yeah, the chicken's gonna be great. The pineapple chicken. I said to you earlier, do you like pineapple jerk? You like? Yeah. If I do it.
Yeah, I never heard it, man. Never heard of pineapple jerk. Like, obviously, man yams jerk all the time, but pineapple's not really a thing for me. I never really fuck with pineapple, but on jerk chicken, I'll
let me know what you think. Let us know what you think of the thing. But yeah. Right, but look, Origin, he's got loads of music out already.
Yeah, go follow all the socials. So like, I've got a YouTube channel, Blood Money Music, literally all one word, Blood Money Music. Just type that in, you'll see live shows, you see tracks that I've released that ain't been released, and then I've got the Spotify, so Spotify's Origin, Dreadlock Pharaoh, again, all one word. Make sure you spell Pharaoh correctly though. PHARAOH, not the other way around, otherwise you ain't finding, man. I'm on Apple Music and all that, but I can't lie, I don't really promote them as much because I don't really know that many people that use Apple Music and all that. Yeah. Follow mine, I'm on Insta, it's Origin Dreadlock Pharaoh, Facebook, find me, it's just my name, Zach Aguila. But yeah, I'm out there, man.
Hey bro, wicked artist, props on everything you've been doing, bro. I'm looking forward to this album. It's to be mad. I want to see the reaction it gets and the live shows that come from it.
Man.
Bro, it's overdue.
Yeah,
it's overdue. Really looking forward to it. But as I say, we're going to come back to some cooking now, and we will see Origin in a minute when it comes to the tasting. So we've got my dunnage. I'm going to take this out now. Look how much starch has gone into the liquid as well, like compared to potatoes. I think that is. So I'm going to drain that into the colander, and then I'm going to put that in a pot to mash. Okay, so I put some water on top of it before I put it in there. I washed off the excess starch. And now I'm going to fling a little bit of seasoning on top, just a bit of all-purpose seasoning. Not too much, but enough to make it taste nice. And I'm going to put half decent sized bit of butter in there. And then I'm going to mash it up. Try and get yourself a masher like this as well, so you get like the brute force in there, because brute force wins everything when it comes to this. Mash the hell out of you.
The way on my cerebellum, I don't wanna put the norm, but everyone keeps rebelling. I got brothers in the front, they're talking like they're the bourbons, while the brothers in the back are we peasantly with the weapons. If we ever make a move, plan it whenever, yes, and they get sticky round it.
Alright, now upon tasting, I decided I want a bit more butter in there, so I put another big lump, and I'm gonna put some salt on that as well to bring out the flavour a bit more. So yeah, just gonna mix that in, and then I'm gonna cover it up and leave that just to sit and rest until the rest of the food and chicken's ready. It's been in now for about an hour, and it's starting to look amazing. That. But I need to flip each one of these pieces over so it can cook on both sides, and then I'm going to flip it back. So literally going to just chuck them up the other way. Easy to do this with tongs, it's probably the best tool. But yeah, this is going to taste worldly. Definitely good. Okay, now what I've done off camera now is I've just mashed down the yam again. Okay, so I rested it for a while. I'm going to chuck some thyme on top just to add some aromatics in there and some bay leaves. I'm going to put that on the heat with some butter on the top. Just leave it on a very low heat. And now I'm going to get this chicken out. Alright, so the reason I didn't do that last time is because I actually secretly got out before. But yeah, look at this. It's looking stupid. Right, same way, I'm just going to flip this back over now, because you obviously don't want soggy skin. I'm going to turn them all over and let this cook down a little piece more before I drain off all the sauce and the veg. But yeah, this is going to be beautiful. Tell already. Okay, man. I'm gonna now chop up the okra. I've had this soaking in cold water for a while. I thoroughly washed it off just to make sure there ain't no dirt or anything on it. But yeah, basically, you want to chop the tops off, so I just line them up, so it's real easy. Alright, I'm just going to chop up some garlic now to go with this okra that I'm doing. Just, yeah, a fair bit in there. Turn that on the heat. With that, I'm going to put some oil on top to help that cook through. Just the oil means more heat goes around to the surface areas of it. The flavour out. The wooden spatula, so don't scrape up the non-stick more than what I already have. Then I'm going to add some thyme on top. Crusty all-purpose seasoning. I will get the juice of lemon. Like that. Get my fingers in there. Squeeze that out. And that is doing. Right, so with this okra, yeah, the garlic's all browned off now, but I don't want it to burn too much. So I'm going to put more lemon on top. Look, and quite a lot of okra in there, so it deserves a bit more citrus, you know. But I've decided to bring a special guest to the party. Still got some Hennessy left, so I'm going to fling a piece of Hennessy on top as well. Okay, now it's started to brown on the sides of the okra a little piece, yeah. I'm going to turn it down to a low heat. Right, I think the chicken's about ready for taking out now. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is stupid. This is what we want. Come on, and you see it's all starting to caramelize around the sides now as well. This is exactly what we want. So now I'm going to get the chicken, so I can get all the veg out, and I'm going to put it on the plate. Same veg and pineapple as well. The pineapple is an important thing. That's what's making it real tender. It's going to sweeten it right up as well. Look at that. Every piece looking pink. So you can see now these food pictures I put online. You know what I mean? It's not just try like one good piece amongst all of it. They all come out looking pink. Right, this I'm going to get it down to the side. Now it's going straight into the frying pan. Okay, look, there's even more as well. Maybe I have to do 2 trays, as I say, because there was bare chicken. Instead of just stacking it all up on there, actually, on this over here, so I can get all of that sauce in with this as well.
What it came to be, my man and my man sound the same to me. I'ma tell a man straight, I got the greasy flow.
Right, well that's all cooked through. I just need to plate that up, so I'll be back with you in a second for the tasting.
My sounds like a manifesto, news for the deep like torpedo. How do I do it every time on the beat? Just like the pyramids, no one knows.
So it's the all important part of the night where we do the eating. I mean, look at that. Jesus.
Looks painful.
No, I'm trying to say, yeah, no, it looks fucking beautiful, not gonna lie. I say let's go for a taste. Yeah, the most important part is what it actually tastes like. So, straight for the yam, yeah? So,
Yeah, the way it's proper, like I said.
Right.
I'm not the biggest on pineapple, but you swayed me, innit?
Try it, see, man. See what you think of the beef. Get that skin in there.
Mmm.
I know you love the heat.
What can I say? It's time, man.
Is that alright, yeah?
Banging, fun.
Fantastic. Boom. Usually, I would be like, like and subscribe by now, which you should do now. Go like and subscribe. But I want to make you see my tasting every part. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, I ain't that good at paying attention to the camera when I'm eating, I can't lie. When it's food like this, wait.
Let me tell you this now, yeah, that Hennessy in the okra, I just like, why not? But it really works actually. So try that if you've got some Hennessy lying around. Every good household should have Hennessy lying around. But yeah, I'm loving this. This is amazing. I think it's rude for us to talk with our mouths full. So I'm going to get on with eating it. I'm going to say thank you for watching the show. Right, as I said, like and subscribe. We've got loads more coming up. Also, make sure you go to Origin. Right, we're going to show all of his links and everything that will be posted in the description underneath. Big up the cameraman, big up Rogan Josh. Yeah, venomous visuals in the house. But yeah, that's us. We're out. Yeah, see you soon. Pow.